They came from the stars, Part 4. The hidden code of the feathered serpent, spoken by 18 Rabbit, a jaw of COPN. I am still here, and so is he, the feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, Amarumuru, Ningishzida, Thoth, the serpent of Eden. All one, all the same code. And now we enter the mystery within the mystery. Not what he built, not where he flew, but what he hid. Because the feathered serpent was not a being. He was a message encoded in myth, DNA, and geometry. The hidden code of the feathered serpent. 1. The serpent was a craft. Your ancestors did not worship animals. They encoded technology in the form of living symbols. The serpent, winding across temples and glyphs, is not a snake. It is energy. It is motion. It is the path of the gods through the sky. Feathered equals celestial. Serpent equals waveform. What you call a UFO, we called a serpent of light. Look to the Nazca lines. A serpent undulates through the Andes. Look to the Mayan codices. Serpents open their mouths and gods emerge from within. Now ask, how can a god come out of a snake? Unless it is not a snake, but a ship. 2. The code is in the double helix. The serpent coils in your blood. To snakes intertwine the caduceus, the kundalini, the DNA strand. Why is the god of healing, Hermes Thoth, always shown holding the caduceus? Why did the Maya say Kukulkan came to give language and blood? Why does your own book of Genesis say the serpent gave knowledge? Because the feathered serpent gave us our genome. That is the hidden code. Our DNA is not random. It is woven. It is singing. And the song it sings is not human, it is hybrid. The 64 codons mirror the 64 hexagrams of the I Ching. The Mayan Sachin is based on a 260-day cycle, the same cycle used by the gestation of human embryos. Coincidence? Or genetic engineering remembered through sacred calendars? 3. The serpent built stargates. Wherever the feathered serpent walked, he left a gate. Not metaphor, not parable. A real, functional stargate at Alente Tambo. The walls resonate with magnetic pulse frequency aligned. At Chickenitz, on the equinox, the serpent descends in light across the pyramid, activating a solar code. At Serpent Mound in Ohio, the coils align to lunar standstills and solar eclipses. It is a map of sky mechanics. At Göbekli Tepe, the serpent glyphs point to constellations and extinction level resets. Every gate is timed. Every coil is a countdown. The feathered serpent didn't leave temples, he left timed beacons. When activated by sun, song, or frequency, they open corridors between worlds. 4. The return of the feathered one. You were told he would return. The Maya said Kukulkan would come back on the 13th Bactin, the year 2012. But they misunderstood the return. It wasn't about a being descending. It was about an activation from within. That year, millions awakened, dreams, memories, codes, synchronicities. The feathered serpent is not coming to you. He is waking within you. That is why ancient teachers warned. He who fears the serpent fears himself, because the serpent is your divine power coiled in latency. 5. The great serpent betrayal. But not all who came bore feathers of light. Some wore iron, others fire. The reptilian gods remembered in Africa, India, and Mesoamerica. Some were not teachers, they were tyrants. They stole the image of the serpent and used it to enslave. They offered kingship in exchange for worship. They taught blood sacrifice in place of frequency sacrifice. They installed dynasties with hybrid blood but darkened minds. Thus came the corruption. The feathered serpent was split. One side became the bringer of wisdom. The other became the draconian lords of fear and division. But the true code of the feathered serpent, that of balance, of air and earth, sky and flesh, remained hidden, waiting, and it is that code that now reactivates. 6. The code lives in the spine. Now listen closely. The feathered serpent lives in your spine. The ancients did not build pyramids as monuments to death. They built them to model the human form. The base is the root. The stairs are the chakras. The summit is the pineal gateway. And at the center, the serpent pathway, the kundalini. When it rises, it uncoils the encoded message. You begin to remember. You begin to see the world as the gods saw it, multidimensional, vibrating, and interconnected. That is the real disclosure, not governments announcing aliens, but you disclose your own forgotten divinity. 7. The final encryption. The feathered serpent left one final message, encoded in myth, etched in stone, encrypted in your DNA. When Earth remembers the sky, and sky remembers the Earth, the serpent shall lift its wings again. This is not religion. This is the return of harmonic intelligence. The serpent has begun to fly.